Who are you going to ban? Five seconds. Make the right choice, or you might not like what comes next. Ooh, who should they pick, Jix? Ten seconds. I trust you know what you're doing. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's your turn to pick. Ooh, who should they pick, Jix?
Centaur. So I go.
Prepare for battle.
It's in the bag.
Shatterbones.
Thirty seconds. Time to go.
Yes.
Time to raise bloody hell.
Peace. These proving grounds shall be littered with the dead. Bones to crush. Hacking. Yes.
From the shadows.
Yes. With steel and strength. My steel. Yes. A caress. By horn and hoof. Yes. Attack! As I wish. Missing bottom. Galloping. A travel road. Chopping open. Who dares challenge? I fear no beast. Blood shall spatter. A golden trinket. Death runs. Not ready. My blade sings. Denied. Crushing wound.
Denied.
Attack.
Radiant courier has been killed.
Blood shall spatter. My steel thirsts. So I go. With steel and strength. Galloping.
Turn to your blade.
Dares challenge. A trampled road. I fear no beast. Yes. Yes. As I wish. Tremble before me. Death runs. Shatterbones. Yes. Yes. Bones to crush. Look as must be. A killing pace. Gold for my buckles. Yes. By horn and hoof. Who dares challenge? My steel thirsts.
First blood.
First
You
blood.
realize a milk tower under attack? Gonna be a scorcher.
Shatterbones. Yes. A good mine.
Mine.
Yes. Yes. A double blade, but heavy. Your death bears golden fruit. Bones to crush. My strength grows. A killing pace. Yes. Galloping. Yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
I fear no beast. My
Your top tower is under attack.
shall smash.
Upon you.
Defend your top tower.
My name
Generally the other way around.
Assassination at its finest.
a trampled road. Death runs. So I go. With steel and strength. As I wish. Yes.
You know that all-important little tower of yours? Yeah, it's in trouble.
So I go. Yes. Death runs. By horn and hoof. Yes. Who dares challenge? Shall smatter. Kneel.
Defend your middle tower. You're right, Rex. They really should die. Some courier has been killed. Ooh, I love a good courier snipe.
Let's bury the hatchet. A trampled road. Yes. I die untamed. I fear no beast. Chop.
Killing spree!
Vitiates.
My withers twitch. A double blade, but heavy.
Killing spree!
I must forgive
Steel
you
and
for being
strength.
only what you are.
Dominating out! Double kill!
Wisdom of
Break you. Galloping. It's not time yet. Shatterbones.
Mega kill!
Not yet.
For a mortal to possess such power.
Unstoppable!
Road I go.
Double kill!
My steel thirsts.
Enemy's bottom tower is down. Call me when it's an X. Your middle tower is under attack.
Who dares challenge?
Coin for me.
Shatterbones. My time, yes. Yes. I fear no beast. So I go. Bones to crush. My blade cleaves no more.
You have played your part well.
Yes. Galloping.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Blood shall spatter. With steel and strength. Not so fast. My horn and hoof.
Your life is a flash in the blink of my eye.
Galloping.
I feed you to my feelings.
Shatterbones. Soon you bleed. A trampled road. Yes.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Yes.
Haste.
Your death will serve. Let's bury the hatchet. My steel thirsts.
Killing spree! Dominating! Double kill!
In your armor.
Your middle tower is under attack.
So I go. The flick of my tail. Gold for my shoes. Yes. A killing piece. Blood shall spatter. Yes. Yes. Downward strike. Heal. So I go.
It fills me with nothingness.
A double blade, but heavy. attack! My steel thirsts. Missing middle. Galloping. As I wish. Bones to crush. Yes.
Mine.
Blood shall spatter. A killing peace.
Welcome to the secret shop.
Yes. A trampled road. A strange, familiar beast you bear. Yes. By horn and hoof. Break you. Shatterbones.
Agents of the Void.
My blade moves lighter. With steel and strength. I fear no beast. Who dares challenge? Yes. I'm not ready. Yes. Death runs.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Looks like the end of a beautiful friendship. Dire structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Bones to crush.
The stench is upon you.
Your life served no purpose, but your death may still.
I lost.
You honor my blade.
By the belt of Omex, I will avenge my dishonor.
One night, twice the
Never a
damage.
doubt in my mind.
So I go. Steel and strength. As I wish.
My favorite customer.
My steel thirsts. Yes. A trampled road. Hacking. Yes. Death runs. I'm not ready. It's not time yet. The best gladiators must vote.
Coin for me.
Not quite as slow now.
Yes. Yes. Attack!
Your bottom tower has been denied.
Open all.
Blood shall spatter. Who dares challenge? As I wish. The flick of my tail. My steed
Defend your middle tower.
bursts.
I hope you're getting something out of this.
A trampled road. Galloping. So I go.
Middle tower's been denied. Nice bit of thievery there.
Bones to crush. With steel and strength.
Near my delight.
Shatterbolt. Missing top. Yes. A killing pace. I fear no beast. Soon you bleed. Death runs. Downward strike. Yes. By horn and hoof. My blade sings. Break you. Yes.
So, what are your feelings around having a top tower? Dire just fortified.
My goal now.
Defend your top tower. Your top tower has fallen.
So I go. I come.
Your enemy will miss that middle tower.
Yes. Not yet. Galloping. I fear no beast. Blood shall spatter. My steel thirsts. By horn and hoof. Yes. Shatterbones. It's not time yet. As I wish. With steel and strength. Crushing. Bones to crush. Death challenge. Yes.
Double count!
Death runs. Yes.
I'm burning up!
But I live, you die. Who dares challenge? Not yet. Blood shall spatter. With steel and strength.
And here's a fortification from Radiant.
Shatterbones. Yes. I'm not ready. As I wish. A killing pace. I fear no beast.
Greetings, my friend.
Galloping. Ah! Death runs.
Fear quiets magic.
Attack! It's not time yet. Calling for my boots. A killing pace. Yes. Haste. My steel thirsts.
Look away. Double count!
Is the grave.
Blood shall spatter.
You cannot escape that.
A
which is all
killing pace. Who dares challenge? Attack! Yes,
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
not ready. By horn and hoof. As I wish. Yes. Bones to crush. So I go. My blade sings. A trampled road. steel thirsts. I fear no beast. A lucky find. Yes. Blood shall spatter. Yes. Galloping. Shatterbones.
Illusion.
Yes. Death runs. Hacking.
Rashawn has fallen to the radiant.
With steel and strength. So I go. I'm not ready. Yes. A killing pace. With steel and strength.
Defend your middle tower.
Shatterbones.
Oh, your middle tower was an important
As I
one.
wish. Who dares challenge? Bones to crush. Shall spatter.
Killing spree! Dominate! Double count! Own it!
It's not time yet. Yes.
Invisibility.
Galloping. I'm not ready. Downward strike. Not yet.
Kill! Own it! The enemy's middle tower is performed over.
My steel.
Killing spree! Double count!
Crowd shall cheer your a caress.
Where's the enemy's middle tower? No, I know, Jax. I was just...
Yes.
You destroyed the enemy's middle barracks. The enemy's middle barracks are full. Well, well, well. Enemy's middle tower. The enemy's middle tower is full. Defend your bottom tower. Still was it. You were right, Jax. Radiant didn't stand a chance. It's your turn to ban. 5 seconds. I trust you know what you're doing. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Make the right choice, or you might not like what comes next. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's your turn to pick. Make the right choice, or you might not like what comes next. Player disconnected. It's your turn to pick.
Ready? Aye. My code compels me.
Prepare for battle.
I'll do it. Good. Right.
"30 seconds to battle. Now for some real sport.
Forward. A good choice. Rogue's thanks be with you.
It's on now,
Amazing.
Jex. Hope we enjoy the show.
The time has come. It's only proper. Onward. Yes. Very well. Why not? Yes. I can do no less. Never cross me. Of course. Aye. Okay. Yeah. I'm under attack. So you say. That's right.
First blood spells.
Never yet.
First blood, last words.
Good enough. On the way. To battle. I grow by degree. Good idea. A good choice. Yes. On guard. Good idea. I fight. Why not?
Double damage.
That's right. Forward. Yeah. Of course. Right. Good. So you say. Aye. On the way. I'll do it. Very well.
We all owe a life. I take yours.
Run if you can. To battle.
Steal your face.
Give it here. Feel my blade. Almost. Bow down. Agreed. Yes. Yes. Good enough. Okay. I claim the right. My code compels me. Ah! Attack! It's only proper. Aye. Hand it over. I can do no less. Better yet. At last denied. Right. Good enough. Of course.
Mine.
By the outcast blade. Die now. A good choice.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
It's more. By the shattered helm. The reward of the past. Aye. Stronger. Ah! Okay. Good. Bow down. By the outcast blade. Run if you can.
Your top tower is under attack.
Never cross me.
Where are the reinforcements?
I claim the back.
So, what are your feelings around having a top tower?
Never yet. By the shattered helm.
Your
I'll
top
do it.
tower is under attack.
Missing bottom.
Dire structures are fortified. Defend your
Good
top
idea.
tower.
To battle. I can do no less. Yes. Yeah.
Your top tower is under attack.
Die now.
Your top tower
Very
is
well.
under attack.
Missing bottom. Why not? Fight.
Defend your top tower.
No matter. I die.
Your
Your
chronology
top tower is under attack. You know, Jax could take care of that. If the price is right.
My code compels me. Nay. At last. Agreed. Ah, yes. Oh. That's right. Missing bottom. It's only proper. Aye. On the way. I'll do it. Right. Missing bottom. I can do no less. Not yet. Good. On guard.
My favorite
Agreed.
customer.
Hey, take a look at your bottom tower.
Better yet. Okay.
You realize your middle tower is under attack?
Yes. I'll take my student.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Forward.
Dire just fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
It's only proper. To battle. Very well. I'll take that. Aye. Missing bottom. Aye. Good idea. Good enough. That's right. A good choice. Yes. My code compels me. Died. Yeah.
I think Dire's fortification will work here. Killing spree!
To the dust return.
Defend your bottom tower.
At last! My strength increases! Why not? Of course. So you say, denied. On the way. Okay.
Killing spree!
Yes. Better yet. Aye.
Break time's over, Jax. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Time to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could call a timeout for more.
On guard. Breathe. Right. Keep it here.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
How's it? Yes! Aye. Forward. I claim the right. By the shattered helm. That's right.
You know that all-important middle tower of yours?
Very well.
It's in trouble. Your middle tower is under attack. You're right, Jax. They really should do something about that.
To battle. It's only proper. Good idea. Why not? Good. Yes.
Dominating!
Of course.
And here's a fortification from Radiant.
Good enough.
Hey, take a look at your bottom tower.
A good choice.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Never cross me. My code compels me.
Bottom tower's been denied.
I fight. I can do all this. Damn it.
Suffer the ravages of time.
I'll do it. To battle. Good. Right. Without delay. I'll do it. One guard.
Mega kill!
At last.
Defend your middle killing spree!
Yes.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Of course. Good idea.
Invisibility.
Good enough. That's right. Hey. Good choice. Easy. Agreed. I can do no less. My code compels me.
Killing spree!
On the way. It's only proper.
You summon
Very well.
the summoner.
Yes. Aye. Hand it over. Okay. Forward. Why not? Yes, more. That's right. I can do no less. It's only
proper. Good. You died well enough. I'll do it. Right. I must wait. My code compels me. Good idea. Yes. The battle.
Smart money.
Mm-hmm.
No more.
Forward. On the way. Why not? Yes.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Aye. Okay. Of course. I'll take my fee. Aye. What do you say? Never yet. Attack!
Hey, take a look at your bottom tower.
Good enough. Die now! Very well.
Defend your bottom tower. Your bottom tower has fallen. Oh, they're gonna learn, Jack. Your middle tower is under attack. Why does that tower even Your bottom tower is under attack.
I shall find another way.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Agreed.
Your middle tower has
Of
fallen.
course. Ah!
You realize your middle tower is under attack? I hope you're getting something out of this.
On the way. I'll do it. Good enough. Ah! Good idea. Right. I can do no less. Why not? It's only proper. Yes. My code compels me. Better yet. I'll take that. Agreed? So you say? Yes. Come on!
I've got my ear.
What good choice?
Double kill!
Good. Aye. Yes. That's right. Very well. Okay.
Radiant just fortified.
To battle.
Your top tower is under attack.
I'm under attack. By the outcast blade. Nice. Yeah. Yes. Good idea. Okay. Missing top. I can do no less. Alright. Mm-hmm. Time to go down. Aye. Never cross me. Good enough. My code compels me. I'll do it.
Unstoppable!
Drow have one less enemy now.
You realize our middle tower's under attack? Generally, the other way around is better. Defend your top tower.
Now, what did we learn from this?
Your top
good
tower is
choice.
under attack.
On guard. It's only proper. Not yet. Yes. I'll take my shield.
Mega kill!
To battle. Why not? That's right. Good.
Mine.
At last. Agree?
Rashawn has fallen to the radiant.
On the way. Ah, yes. Of course. Very well. So you say. Fall. Aye. I can do no less. Good enough. Hand it over. Not yet. It's closer. Of course. On the way. That's right. Thursday with fight us. I will no one.
Tower is under attack. Looks like the end. Double kill! Killing spree! Double kill!
And life.
Break time zone. Your top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Killing spree! Bottom tower is
Discipline.
Your bottom barracks are under attack.
Yes.
Your middle barracks are under attack. Pay a little attention to your bottom barracks.
Very
Your
well.
bottom barracks has fallen. No, Jakes, I won't tell them that.
Yeah.
Your middle tower never loved you.
The battle.
Killing spree!
A death foretold.
Not yet. Why not?
Your middle barracks has fallen.
Yes. Attack. That claims the right. Fight.
Quick and sick!
Amateur.
Defend your middle tower. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Oh, someone's gone. Quick, Jax, go find him. Jax. They went to it after all.
Defeated!
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Radiant's middle barracks is full. And over here, Radiant's top tower.
Come, come.
Fire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Hope there weren't too many creeps inside. The Dire now have mega creeps. Party? They showed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. The world's about to end. Radiant Ancient is under attack. What? Double kill! Radiant Ancient is in a spot of trouble. The Radiant Ancient lies in ruins.
Your egg seems useless here.
You had your warning.
Ouchie! Dire's top tower is under attack. Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. So he's wrong. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Killing spree!
Stupendous!
Dire's middle tower is having a bad day. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty!
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. And so he's wrong. Dire's top tower is about to fall. Just wait. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. He's wrong. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Did Radiant's bottom tower just fall? Don't answer that. Silence! Killing spree! some Radiant-shaped problems. Nothing good happening to Radiant's middle tower. Dominated! Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? It's not every day you get to see Radiant's middle tower fall. Dire's top tower is under attack. Oof, Dire's courier is so dead.
Haste!
Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems. Dire with the scan. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dominating! Double kill! Dire's middle tower is under attack. Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall?
Your lives of time were lost with me.
Why do I?
Killing spree!
This is fast.
And we'll go with one. It fats in the fire. Too late for you.
This will do nicely.
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower.
A prize.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. And over here, Radiant's top tower. About to fall.
Haste!
Stay near.
Custom yourself to loss.
Double kill!
Matter.
Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Dire just fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Unstoppable! Dominating! Killing spree! Around. Dire are scanning for enemies. Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower.
Over here now.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Dire's middle tower is under attack. Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall? Time to go. Dominating. Mega kill. Double kill. Carnage. Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall? Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Dire just fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Ooh, Dire's middle tower didn't last long. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
It's Radiant's turn to ban. Just who will Dire ban? Ten seconds. 5 seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? Dire should pick now. It's Radiant's turn to pick. It's Radiant's pick.
Tiny.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Venomancer.
It's Dire's turn to ban.
Razor.
It's Radiant's turn to ban. Just who will Dire ban? Ten seconds. 5 seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? It's Radiant's turn to pick. Ten seconds. It's Dire's turn to pick.
Crystal Maiden.
It's Radiant's pick.
Rubik.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Dire should pick now.
Mirana.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Radiant's ban plan anyway? Just who will Dire ban? Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Dire should pick now. It's Radiant's pick.
Weaver.
Choose your hero. Prepare for battle.
Sock 'em!
Is having a couple connection issues. Bit of a little banter between both teams. Cuckoo, of course, giving it TNC, saying the fans don't want any more Broodmother. I disagree, though. I love seeing the Broodmother coming out. Of course, one thing we didn't really talk about, in case you aren't aware, Zephyr is one of those god-tier Rubik players that can just change the game with his support Rubik. So he's always a man to look out for in these kind of games where he does get to play that Rubik. Of course, I believe it was the MDO, the MDO major, the Chengdu major, where we saw Zephyr actually get a high ground black hole. It was quite fantastic to watch. Of course, there won't be any black holes this game, but see what other kind of magic he can pull off in this game on this Rubik. New banner rune spots as well do make the early game a little bit awkward. See which one you really want to choose here. March has headed over to the other bounty, but it does look like Geek Fam are planning to lock both these bounty runes down. Meanwhile, top lane though, TNC, they're trying to secure one. They will manage to get it. KP does pick it up, but he's copping a fair bit of damage here from Raven, and they're going to continue chasing KP down. In fact, this may just be first blood. It looks like it will not be enough in the end. One more hit may have done it, but KP will be able to salve up. And it looks like Tims will be able to find the secondary boundary rune as well. So they don't really take advantage of the Sakuchi movement speed and steal the other one. Rather, they do try to chase down KP. And they won't really get anything but a salve out of it. So with this laning stage, at the very least top lane, it does seem like Raven shouldn't have too hard of a time on the Weaver, especially with Doobie there on the IO keeping him up and running. Of course, KP and Tim's gonna have something else to say about that, but Raven should be relatively safe, at least for the early stages. Of course, mid lane, we do see Ryoya up against Armel on the Brood. And at the very least, you've got the Plasma Field that you can use to clear those Spiderlings like we already talked about. But it certainly isn't the most reliable way of clearing them out. See how Armel deals with it. I imagine he's going to be more than happy to rotate into the jungle if he does run into any problems up against Ryoya anyway. Of course, there are added benefits to that in this patch as well. Bot lane, Cuckoo and Zephyr, they'll be up against March and of course Gabby on the Tiny. This should be more of an even trade lane. Like, you can't really imagine too much happening down bot. Of course, you could set up for an Avalanche toss combination, but Gabby looks like he's probably just going to be setting up to farm for a while. Cuckoo's certainly not going to be a very easy target to take down on the Abaddon anyway. And even if they go for Zephyr, you've still got the Aphotic Shield to be thrown out by Cuckoo. Will manage to snag those jungle creeps away from Zephyr on the Rubik. You will see Tims throwing out those arrows in the jungle as well, just getting that XP as well as gold, but hoping that there'll be some drops coming out for him. Some that suit his hero anyway. Dubu will rotate around as well. We'll say hello to Tims.
Haste.
Dubu will just back off. Arrow though. Connect on the range creep. Won't really catch Raven on the Weaver. So far so good for Raven. 10 last hits, 1 deny. KP definitely keeping up though with 10 last hits of his own. 1 deny himself as well on the Veno. So an even trade lane going on right now. Does certainly seem as though TNC are winning the harass battles though. Geek Fam certainly going through a lot more regen than TNC is up at this top lane, at least for now. Meanwhile, mid Armel, gonna go after Ryoyo behind the tier 1. Doesn't really want to dive to tier 2, but he does force him out of the lane. And that'll mean this Broodmother can just keep free farming up. Ryoyo just gonna be very careful. He does bring out a salve and use that, but he won't have any other regen available for himself. So he can't really afford to let Armel get back close with all the spiderlings once again. You can already see Armel microing those spiderlings very, very well up against Ryoyo, ensuring he never feels safe to come in for a last hit. And once again, he'll dive the tier 1 tower, force him back towards that tier 2. Meanwhile, Tims does find a courier, and that was Raven's courier, the Weaver. Looks like his boots were on there, and he will lose them for at least a couple minutes. So nice little play there from the Mirana. Oh, Gabby falling quite low on the Tiny, but he'll salve up as well. Armel gonna start rotating to the jungle now. He's already level 5 on this Brood. Pretty much he can just keep doing this over and over again. And still not one kill happening. We're about 4.5 minutes in. There will be those 5-minute banner runes coming up very, very soon though. So I imagine we will see a first blood soon. Although as I say that, Armel is going to dive to tier 2 now. Ryoyo really has nowhere to go and he doesn't have any help coming in. The spiderlings, can they find the damage? Maybe not quite, as he is going to be able to walk away with about 10 HP. In fact, make that 6. 6 HP Ryoyo gets away on. Very close call. I don't think Armel's going to be too unhappy about leaving him to walk away anyway. You're going to be able to force a lot of time being wasted from Ryoyo on the Razor. Armel, of course, will just free farm the mid lane once again.
Denied.
Look back down at bot lane as well. Gabby, he's having a great old time. 24 last hits, 5 denies. In comparison to the 18 and 4 of Cuckoo on the Abaddon, they really haven't been able to shut him down very much throughout this game. Not quite yet, anyway. Meanwhile, Tim's once again gonna find Raven's courier. Second time this game, Raven, he just throws out the courier trying to bring a bottle and a Wraith Pan recipe for himself. Ends up paying for it. Tim's is just all over it. And I suppose that's another thing you've got to look out for in this patch. You've got so many couriers flying out, you can't just beat him. In fact, a nice arrow comes out from Tim's mid lane. Dubu tries to help, but it's all too late as Ryoyo goes down, and it looks like Dubu's going down as well. Armel picks up a double, and this mid lane is completely lost for Geek Fam. Armel has just completely dominated it. He's going to be able to find the tier 1 tower now as well. And if you're Ryoyo, you might be able to farm near the tier 2 now, but it looks like it's not going to be the greatest game for this Razor.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's hard to know what he can do at this rate. Razor isn't the best farmer in the jungle either. It really depends as to whether Armel's going to back out of this lane or not. For now though, he is not, but looks like once Ryoyo comes back in, Armel's just going to wait in the tree line, see if he can find another opening, or rather just go farm the jungle. So Tims could be in a bit of danger on the Mirana. Looking for another courier, it looks like, but Raven is on his backside now. Tims will leap up the cliff and go for the immediate TP. Plasma Field will get vision, but it will not be good enough. Tims does get out of there safely. And it looks like we do have our first jungle item, being the Iron Talon coming out. And that is going to go straight onto Armel. So if his farm wasn't fast enough, it's going to be a hell of a lot faster now. Really don't mind that on the Brood. Better than farming the jungle, why not just farm heroes as Ryoyo gets caught out once again. Standing Clink will be there, but the spiderlings aren't going to get their damage sapped away, and he does go down. It's going to be the 3rd kill going out for Armel now on the side of TNC. In fact, every kill this game so far has gone to the Brood. look at Armel's net worth. 4.2k.
Dire's middle tower.
He's 1.4k ahead of the secondary net worth being the Weaver. And it looks like Tim's has found himself some royal jelly. There you have it, 2.5 health regen and 1.3 mana regen. Permanently on the Mirana now. That is not too bad if I do say so myself. You have another one, Keen Optic, coming out now. So you've got some added cast range on Cuckoo, although Gabby will go down bot lane on the Tiny. Cuckoo, where did that go? Gave it off to the Rubik, so Zephyr's got the Keen Optic now. Cuckoo doesn't want it, doesn't need it. Does suit the Rubik quite well, especially throughout this early to mid.
Courier has been killed.
Tims, once again, we'll find another courier. That's the third courier this game for Tims. This time around it will be Dubu's rather than Ravens, but it's still going to be very frustrating for the side of Geek Fam.
Over here, Radiant's top tower. About to fall.
To be fair though, they haven't really put any vision up on this high ground apart from the Sentry Ward, but they haven't really dewarded that Observer Ward there either.
Tower is under attack.
So Tims can just keep doing this over and over again. In fact, now they're going to try and find him. He will just leap away and look at Armel. He'll come in on the Brood, although that Plasma Field does take away a lot of his Spiderlings. But Tims will be able to just get out of there safely once again. Geek Fam, apart from that one kill onto Gabby, struggling just a bit, although they are going to chase Gabby once again. Do slow him up. Tims will throw out the arrow onto Cuckoo. TNC won't chase any longer. In fact, Geek Fam will continue chasing Tims. Gabby gonna go back in. Avalanche will be there. The banners do pop up as well. Gabby gonna try and chase for it, but Cuckoo does find it. And now Geek Fam, they want to dive in into this tree line. They really want this Tiny, but there's the CM ultimate coming out from March. Cuckoo doesn't want to deal with this any longer. He doesn't have borrowed time available at the moment either. Gabby, 5 seconds for the Avalanche. Trying to get control of that tower. Cuckoo still trying to man fight this. Avalanche will be there on Zephyr. Toss as well, but it won't be enough. Back Gabby now going to be in trouble. Cuckoo going to chase, and the Fade Bolt will end up finding him. Very nice from Geek Fam as they go for more. March now is sitting duck. He'll go down as well. Cuckoo, he will not chase for Tims, but they find two very nice pickups, and they will be able to get control of this outpost to boot. Dubu will go ahead and take that right now. Of course, the outposts are very, very valuable, not only for the vision they give you, but that added XP does allow you to snowball. And as I say snowball, Armel gonna find Ryoya and will find himself another item, an Arcane Ring this time around. Doesn't really suit the Broodmother, but he can always give it to the CM or Mirana. It's basically a mini Arcane Boots, I believe. In fact, yeah, it is.
If you're looking for Radiant's bottom tower,
so TNC do seem to be getting fairly lucky with these RNG drops from the neutrals.
Dire just fortified.
Found a bomb as well.
Thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. Can't say he's wrong. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Geek still haven't done anything about Mel. And he has not been punished whatsoever. He's got the full defusal up. It's just, what do you do about this if you are Geek Fam? We do finally see a smoke being bought by Zephyr, though he's not really in position to get that smoke going with his team yet. While all that's been happening in the mid lane, KP's been forcing out the top lane, and again, they haven't really been able to stop him. Now that Armel's here, it's going to be much harder to stop this push coming in from TNC. Geek Fam, the way these lanes went for them, it just seems almost impossible to defend. Perhaps once that pipes up on Cuckoo, they may feel a little more comfortable, but it's not going to do much about the Broodmother. Dubu now going to be careful. The Dire jungle, they are going to end up finding KP, but he just TPs away. In fact, he cancels that off now. The Moonlight Shadow and Armel are there. Another courier being killed off. This time it's Zephyr's, and it looks like Zephyr is going to lose his own life. So Tim's with his 4th courier of the game, and they find the hero, and they might even find Raven. He tries to scooch away. Looks like he will take control of the outpost, but Tim sees him. At the very least, Raven does dodge the arrow, but Tim's is not done yet. He jumps in. It's a lot of damage on Raven. He'll time-lapse away. KP's going to chase. They got the poison cover off, and now Raven, he might just be dead.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Another courier going down, this time by Armel. TP will be there by Raven. It looks like he will end up surviving. But we've got a 4k net worth lead now for TNC. I mean, you could argue Raven is still farming well on the Weaver, but it just doesn't seem like it's anywhere near fast enough to be effective. Armel now. He's keeping tabs of everyone on the side of Geek Fam. Raven desperately trying to get that Maelstrom up. Cuckoo does find himself a mango tree. It is mango season after all. And there it is. Let the mangoes pop out. In fact, he's just gonna plant it and leave it. Nice guy, Cuckoo. Just giving the side of TNT some mangoes, because they need it right now, clearly. Gabby gonna find Vampire Fangs now. Who does he give it off to? Looks like Ryoyo finds them as well. Dragon Scale being picked up by Gabby.
Dire structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Geek Fam looking to make a play down in this bot lane. Kind of forcing this tier 2 tower. March is the only one there, but they are TPing in with the Moonlight Shadow. Still Geek Fam not backing off yet. Arrow will not connect from Tim's, but they will force them away. Geek Fam, they do not want to take a 5v5. And as well as that, you look at Armel, he's just pushing in a tier 3 top tower. Zephyr is forced to defend. And Armel now has an Magnum Scepter. Well, that's concerning. So you got a lot more webs coming out from the Brood. Just no stopping insight for TNC. And I suppose if you're Geek Fam right now, you've just got to hope and pray that you get some amazing jungle items. Hasn't happened so much as of yet for Geek Fam. We just saw the Dragon Scale dropping for Raven, but that isn't really as effective as you would hope in trying to push it back your way. But he does have the Maelstrom up now as well, so that should help the cause a little bit.
Visibility.
You see Armel now with the Nether Shoal. Well, mid lane, March channeling that ultimate, doing a lot of damage to Raven, but he does go down. KP is going to be here. In fact, Armel joins as well. They're going to try and chase down the side of Geek Fam. Looks like they will find Ryoyo with the defusal. They're trying to get him out of there, but Dubu can't get him out in time. The relocate needed half a second more, and he will not have the time to do it. Very least, Geek Fam may not lose any more. As I say that, Cuckoo does get caught out, but they will not continue the chase on Abaddon. Rather, they do find the relocating Dubu. They do find a secondary kill in the IO. TNC is 7-5 now, but more importantly, an 8k net worth lead. Complete map control to boot. Zephyr does steal the webs and does use it to his advantage. Tim's probably just looking out for another courier, keeping the top lane pushed in. Vampire Fangs do seem pretty darn good. Rio, you're going to take advantage of that item. Cuckoo could be in trouble bot lane as Gabby has rotated around. He does have some help with him as well, but it's just a hard target to go after. They're going to try anyway, though. Here comes Armel. Spiderling's in first. Cuckoo does back off. He's not interested in fighting this. They do lose the outpost as well. And with that, the tier 1 tower is just basically gone. Cuckoo's still sticking around, but he's been diffused up by Armel. He'll be alright though.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
TNC, they take the T1. They do go straight back up top where KP does teleport towards the outpost. And actually with the Vampire Fangs on KP, that does seem a little bit overpowered. 8% still lifesteal on a Venomancer. Once that Poison Nova's off, if you hit all 5 heroes, how do they kill you?
Yes.
Raven, gonna cop an arrow from Tim's. He does have Dubu around the area. Gale and Poison Nova does come out, but KP, does he cop damage? Looks like he does manage TP away just in the nick of time. Tim's now gonna try and turn it around with the rest of his team as Gabby gonna continue chasing. They found the arrow onto Ryoya. Still, he does manage to walk away in the nick of time, but March is chasing as well. They get the avalanche toss by Gabby. Looks like the Razor still managing to get out of there thanks to Cuckoo, but his life should just be forfeit here, though Tim's getting pretty low himself. Looks like he will just accept his own death. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Make that a 2-for-1 trade thanks to Gabby. And a 10k net worth lead and multiple bounty runes for the side of TNC. I believe they've just got an all-4 now. Unless Raven can go in there and steal it, but he will not make it in time. And that'll force it to an 11k net worth lead now for TNC. And as that happens, Armel does finish off the full BKB and it is out on the courier as we speak.
Double rumble.
Dota Plus. And a pretty high chance of winning this game. Cuckoo gonna be chased down mid lane. We'll pop the borrowed time and we'll be okay. The TNC, seeing that borrowed time being popped, understand they can just go for the Roshan attempt. They've got a double damage from there on Gabby to boot, and yeah, it's going to be quite an easy Roshan for TNC. I can't imagine Geekfam actually trying to contest this. Looks like Ryoya has actually found a pretty useful item though in the Grove Bow. Plus 100 attack range and reduces magic resist by 12% towards the target he's attacking. Seems pretty good. See if he uses it though.
Good job.
Aegis will be given away to Gabby on that Tiny.
Regeneration.
Looks like Ryoya is desperately just trying to finish off that BKB so he can actually get into those fights and just sit in the middle, linking up whoever he wants. You'll see as well Raven trying to do the exact same thing. I mean, Gabby is just a major problem on that Tiny. They need to be able to just sustain with that magic immunity for a while. You're always going to have the problem of Armel there on the Brood though.
You have learned nothing.
I'm kind of surprised TNC hasn't really forced the issue in terms of high ground yet as a team. They do still have that bot tier 2 tower remaining, but just with the net worth lead they have, it seems like it'd be a very easy high ground up against Geekfam.
Oh, and
They are being cautious. Again, it is a new patch, so you never really know what could happen. No harm in just continuously farming up the jungle. Looks like Cuckoo's actually just transitioned to a Radiance on the Abaddon now. So feeling like he needs that added damage, needs the added mischance in these team fights. I don't disagree with him, especially up against those Spiderlings. It just gives you another way to clear them out. Will he have time to get it though? Is the real question in all this.
Look out for
Good. Not going to be the target they want, but they found Ryoya. So Ryoya has plenty of help around him. It looks like he will be safe. Does have that BKB up. So does Raven. Do switch up some items a bit. They'll give the bow away to the Weaver. Give Ryoya those dragon scales.
Double rubble.
Shadows take us.
Moonlight Shadow going to be popped. TNC though, who are they going for? Looks like they found Zephyr. He's just going to TP out of there and does actually make it out alive. His March was lifted up and couldn't get the Frostbite out in time. Raven actually going to stick around down at the bot lane, trying to go after KP or at least set up a kill onto KP. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, Dubu does end up losing his life to Gabby on the Tiny. The tips do immediately come out from Tims. Raven gets started on the CM, but just completely gives up on it while Armel mid lane gonna go after the tier 3 tower by himself. He gets lifted up. Now remember, he doesn't have the Aegis. It's actually Gabby who has it. But it doesn't matter, he just walks out of there. Doesn't need to pop the BKB either, just casually walks out. Meanwhile, bot lane, you'll see Raven going down, as Gabby does find him with Tims on the Mirana. That's going to make it a 12-6, but an 18k net worth lead. And it looks like we found more items now. Armel going to find the Helm of the Undying. So 5 seconds after he dies, he's still there. And that is very scary if you are up against this Broodmother. He won't put it into his bag yet though. He's going to hold out on it for a bit. In fact, he gives it over to March. Gabby. He's going to get started on the tier 3 while all that's happening. He does just take it for free. Now they're going to go for more. They found Zephyr with the Frostbite though. Dubu trying to protect. It will allow him to get out of there. Armel will pop the ultimate. Gabby jumps in, avalanche toss straight onto Dubu, and that eye is gone. They're trying to fight back towards Gabby, but Armel just standing there, man fighting up against Ryoya. He will back off. Shrines can now be taken. That is exactly what TNC planned to do, it looks like. No, Aegis will expire now on Gabby.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Does it really matter though? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you could literally give the Helm of the Undying to Gabby if you really wanted to. It does appear that they're happy to just keep it on March for now though. It will actually smoke up. Armel perhaps going to be playing the bait in the mid lane. Geek Fam maintained that high ground. They'll smoke up as well. He's got the Assault Cuirass sitting there on Armel now though. In fact, he's got a Paladin sword.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Seems like a pretty balanced item.
Dire's top
They'll take the shrine. Geek Fam still looping around their own jungle, trying to find a target.
Dire's top
Nobody
tower
is around them though. Perhaps they just go for the outpost steal. They could do that. Only issue is TNC is still pushing in the mid and bot lane. But it does appear that's exactly what they're doing. But look at TNC immediately TPing in. They are not allowing that outpost to go away. And so that smoke rotation for the outpost basically wasted. KP though gets lifted up. This could be a very nice pickup here for GeekFam. KP gonna TP away again, and apparently he just needs to TP to get out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I can't really remember how many times KP's done that this game, but it just seems like he's doing it over and over again, and they just can't get the bastard. While all that was happening, by the way, Gabby does find Greater Fairy Fire, so he can instantly restore 500 health, and he has 2 of them. So that's nice. Essentially half a cheese is now sitting on Gabby. Gabby though, gotta be careful, but a quick blink out. KP is around the area. He's there to help if necessary, but GeekFam don't look to push any further. Raven, what did you just find? Enchanted Quiver. Never mind that, because bot lane, it looks like Zephyr has lost his life to the Tiny. Gabby does find a secondary in Dubu, and now they're going to go after Ryoya on the Raven. Or rather, on the Razor, but he does BKB TP out. Raven is trying to fight back on the Weaver. He's BKB'd up as well, but it looks like he just wants to get out of there now. Tims does throw out the arrow. Time-lapse will be there though from Raven. Gabby has not given up quite yet. Tiny is chasing. Avalanche will not connect. Raven does TP in the end.
Regeneration.
Now we can have a proper read of the Enchanted Quiver. 400 bonus range and 170 bonus magical damage and true strike. Well, that seems extremely balanced. It's going to be pretty darn good for this Weaver. And I suppose this is the beauty about this patch, is you can be as far ahead as you want on one side of things, but the other team can come back just due to some luck from the jungle. Still though, with a 30k net worth lead on TNC, it's going to be much harder than just picking up some jungle items and hoping for the best. They found somebody else. In fact, it is Raven on the Weaver. Tims, though, doesn't want to deal with this, wants to back out, though. No, he'll turn around. They get the Frostbite, they get the stun, but unfortunately, it looks like they are going to lose March, though. No, he'll force staff out of there for now. Moonlight Shadow has been popped as well. BKB now from Raven, though. March is still running out of there as a Crystal Maiden. They just can't kill the supports either. Raven, he will eventually find him, surely, though. No, March survives the uphill miss coming out from Raven on the Weaver. And that is pretty darn demoralizing, not being able to kill off a Crystal Maiden as a Weaver. March will just walk out of there safely. You'll see Tins now, he does have the Gem of True Sight, so that Weaver not going to be able to just invis himself out of there. And of course it is just going to assist in taking complete map control, ensuring no wards can come out from the side of GeekFam. Speaking of map control, another Roshan, another Aegis, and a cheese this time for TNC. Poor March. He's just a walking backpack right now for the team. Gabby goes in by himself. Avalanche is going to be there on Ryoya, but doesn't get the toss though. They get the arrow. Ryoya, he will have the aphotic shield. Armel Was playing a few rat games down at the bot lane while all that was happening, but doesn't really find a rats. TNC find the secondary racks of the game. And go after Cuckoo now on that Abaddon. No toss back from Gabby, but they do crop the borrowed time. Avalanche, so going to be stolen by Zephyr and thrown back, and Raven going to have a goal this tiny, but won't really get anywhere. Meanwhile, bot Mel going to go after Ryoya now on the racer just by himself. He'll continue chasing. He still has the BKB. In fact, it's still a 10-second charge. Cuckoo, meanwhile, mid lane almost goes down, but not quite, as Gabby is going to be chased by Raven. But Raven will turn his attention toward Tim's. He leaps out, and now the Brood is the only one left, but they can't even kill Mel. He'll just run out of there as well, and it looks like they are jumping back in Gabby. He finds both the Rubik and Raven on the Weaver. Dubu's going to go down to this Brood. Mel does not care about anything on this Spider. The Aegis has gone, but who the hell cares about that? As the Crystal Nova is crossed by March, he takes down one in the form of Ryoya. Cuckoo's going down as a fourth, and it looks like it will be a full team wipe. Ultra kill out there for Gabby, and he might just go for the Rampage now. He saw the buyback on Cuckoo, who is going to be the Rampage coming up with Gabby and Tiny.
那么无解。
Radiant's courier is dead, and just following orders. Jex thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. Can't say he's wrong.
Perfect.
Invisibility?
Radiant's getting friendly with Dire's bottom tower. Oh, Dire's courier is so dead. Impressive ineptitude, really. Look at Dire's bottom tower, Jax. Radiant just fortified.
I weave your
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
my way! Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Killing spree! Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage.
An easy shot.
Landing.
Nobody takes me seriously.
Here I am.
Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall?
Let's hope.
Dire's middle tower dominates having a battle.
You merely seek that life now with the deep of death.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Dire's top tower is about to fall. Just wait. Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower. Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall?
Denied.
Allies, yes!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I told you to stop getting blood on my blades.
A scan from Radiant.
Prize is mine. Blessings
Radiant's
upon
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems. You think Dire's fortification will work?
Stupendous!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. And so he's wrong. If you're looking for Radiant's bottom tower, Dire's top tower is under attack. Bid farewell to Dire's top tower.
My sound slows and
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems.
Invisibility.
Dire's bottom tower is under.
Dire team pick.
So against a very strong lane presence from the side of TNC. This Undying in the previous patch was okay. I mean, I would say it was below average in terms of actual ability from the hero. It was always good during the early game, but once you hit the mid to late game, it basically dropped off quite hard. But we will see how it performs in this new patch. It's Geek Fam now. Again, letting that reserve time go. About a minute left.
It's Radiant's turn to pick.
They will go back to that Keeper of the Light. It did have some slight nerfs coming out, but it is still a very viable hero. TNC, once again, not really thinking about their pick whatsoever. They go straight into the Outworld Devourer. And up against that Dragon Knight, this hero is very, very potent. So the Arcane Orb does not care for the armor of the DK. And of course, the Sanities is also very, very useful. You can just keep spamming the Arcane Orb, and once you've stolen enough intelligence, you just drop the hammer on the heads of the side of Geek Fam. Again, this draft from TNC does just look so darn strong already. apart from that Will-O-Wisp and perhaps the DK stun, I don't really see a way of dealing with the OD. Once the BKB's out on Armel, there's basically no stopping him. He's just got free reign over the team fights. Of course, Geek Fam do have one last pick to make, so they can always change things up with this draft. This final ban. 10 seconds reserve time left for Geek Fam.
It's Radiant's turn to ban.
Get rid of the Void.
Turn to pick.
TNC, they'll get rid of the Brood themselves this time around. They don't want any shenanigans.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Gyrocopter!
Straight into the Gyrocopter for TNC. This hero, again, just never seems to ever disappear from the meta. It's always viable. TNC will happily take it. And I mean, with that new jungle, the jungle items coming out, TNC farming multiple stacks with the Gyrocopter, there's going to be a lot of items dropping.
5 seconds.
You saw last game, they were taking full advantage of those items. Geek Fam, they go back into the Razor. So they're feeling confident with this Razor pick once again. It does appear that Cuckoo will be on the position 3 Abaddon. So they have gone for a very, very similar kind of draft here, Geek Fam. At the very least, they do give Raven the DK instead. Won't have that Weaver, but I don't know if the DK is a much better choice. It does work well up against the Gyrocopter due to just his heavy armor, but again, once Armel's up and online with that BKB, I don't really see a way to deal with him. Static Link can still be pretty good, but you gotta close the gap. Just in terms of laning stage as well, it does seem like TNC do have the advantage. You've got that Undying that pretty much always wins you the lane. OD doesn't really lose lanes, and Gyrocopter doesn't really lose them either. Interestingly, though, we do have a position 4 puck. KP will be playing the position 3 Vengeful Spirit. TNC experimenting a little bit with their draft. See how it all pans out. Of course, again, this is a best of 2 series. TNC looking to 2-0 if they possibly can, and Geek Fam definitely want to try and tie this up. Can. We'll get into a game number 2.
This is where you prove yourself. Well, not me. Already made up my mind. And it isn't good.
Interesting. Interesting.
TNC going into this, the heavy favorites. They were the major winners after all. And Geek Fam, it's a little unfortunate they had to verse TNC of all teams to start their day off, but that's how the cookie crumbled. Good to see that both teams are in high spirits though.
Whoops! Never!
Get a little bit of banter coming out from either side.
"30 seconds. First things first, Jax. Who's your money on?"
Geek Fam setting up for the left side bounty. See if TNC does try to contest the one near the outpost. KP is starting to set up on the Venge.
I have a pretty good idea how to something tonight, but you'll have to wait.
Looks like Raven should be able to go. In fact, no, KP does manage to snag it away from Raven. It will be a 2-for-2 trade on the bounties anyway, though. So not too big of a deal. Dubu does cop a fair bit of damage off the puck. It'll be okay. Because it's one of the positives about having the position 4 puck. It hits so darn hard. Hard to lose the harass war between the supports if you are playing the puck. Does have the Ring of Bassi there as well. Mid lane, Armel gonna be up against Ryoya. This should be a little bit easier for Ryoya, but then again you've got the Astral Imprisonment that can just be spammed out from Armel. You won't really be able to get the full effect of the static link off. Armel, not really the kind of player to make a mistake with the Astral either. I doubt he'll use it too early and not have it for the static link usage. Of course, bot lane, Gabby gonna be up against Cuckoo once again. Do see March as well, just chasing Zephyr down on the Rubik. Spamming away that decay.
You dare not.
Already have 2 mangoes ready to go. Pop 1. Let's continue this decay spam. Won't really be doing much though, as Raven top lane almost going down to Tim's on the puck. He will barely survive with the slither of HP, but he will salve up. He will survive another day. Dubu now going to be chased down by Tims. KP will be there as well. Tims just not going to give up on this. Orb will be there. Dubu, he should die, though Blinding Light will allow him to survive, just barely. He salves up, he gets the hell out of there. That's going to be 2 salves committed very early from the side of Geek Fam. And we saw this last game, TNC just applying so much pressure to the safe lane of Geek Fam. Not ever really allowing them to be comfortable in this lane. Looks like we are going to have a bit of a repeat of that. Back to the mid lane though, Ryoya. Doing pretty well in terms of last hits. 11 and 11. Really denying the hell out of Armel, who only has 4 and 2 on the OD. So Ryoya so far making this lane work quite well for himself. Mel, start with the Astral Spam once again. Ryoya does have the static link though, and he will use it immediately. Mel lose quite a bit of damage. Ryoya gonna go straight back to last hitting and denying. This should mean a much slower game for Armel in this OD. Well, top though, looks like they are going to lose their Keeper of the Light. KP does end up finding him, so Dubu being the first blood for the side of TNC. And you saw Tims, he was just chasing down with those right clicks, and he does end up setting up the first blood. Meanwhile, bot lane though, Cuckoo going to end up chasing this gyrocopter. Gabby will end up surviving just fine. As March did have the Soul Rip to heal him up. Geek Fam certainly trying to apply the pressure back to the safe lane of TNC. Gabby doesn't actually have a salve, he only has tangos available, so Cuckoo gonna try and abuse this a bit. He will spot out a courier as well. March actually blocking the way for Gabby! Oh, March! He's gonna try and go after the Abaddon, but now his life looks to be forfeit as Cuckoo does find him. A double kill for the Abaddon. And he will deny himself off to the T1 tower. But March giving them a freebie. Gabby will TP back straight away to get back to that farm. Bit of a misplay though, coming out very early on from this safe lane of TNC.
You think Dire's fortification will work this?
Invisibility.
Silence.
Raven. Being a fair bit of harassment, but in terms of last hits, he's at the top of the board. Of course, with that Dragon Blood, just keep passively healing up. It's going to be a bit of a scuttle over those bounty runes up at the top lane. Raven is going to be the target. Tim's going to continue chasing him down. This mana coming in from Dubu, but they aren't giving up quite yet. Raven so close to dying, but he's so darn tanking on this DK. One more right click would have done it, but he doesn't find it from the puck. So TNC at least force out the DK for a little bit, but won't quite find what they wanted. Meanwhile, mid, Ryoya, again with the static link, being quite aggressive with that usage. And as such, has really shut down Armel on the OD. $7 and 18 on this Razor in comparison to the 16 and 5 on the OD right now. It's like Dubu is just getting to stacking for his team. Of course, when you're up against a Gyrocopter, you've got to be very careful not to allow those stacks to go the way of TNC. Zephyr gonna rotate in mid lane, but doesn't quite have the range to find Armel with the lift. Dubu will join as well on the keeper now. We do have a rotation in from Tims. He doesn't have the Dream Core yet. He's only level 3. But just with that Orb and Silence, he might just find Dubu. In fact, he jumps in for the Silence, ignores Dubu, and is going to go after Ryoya on the Razor instead. Still holding onto that Orb. Fadebolt will come out from Zephyr. Ryoya falling low and will not go down. The Aphotic Shield from Cuckoo just in the nick of time. And now he will try to turn it towards Tims on the puck, and it looks like he will find the kill as well. Great rotation there from Cuckoo, saving that mid-Razor and finding a trade. Geek Fam happily backing out of there now. 2 to 3 lead their way. 1k net worth lead as well going their way. And so far, at the very least, they have won the top and mid lane. It looks like they have found a trusty shovel. That will be on Ryoya, I believe, on the Razor perhaps. In fact, he's given it to Dubu on the Keeper of the Light. The shovel is arguably one of the better items you can find in the jungle, especially if you find those bounty runes. Dubu, careful, he's getting very, very low. March won't be able to get the decay off.
Dire's top tower is about
see Tims here as well, trying to ensure that the side of Geek Fam can't freely farm this jungle. With all these stacks being taken, Ryoya is finding quite a few items for himself.
Bow to your lord.
Back down to the bot lane. Gabby farming pretty decently on the Gyrocopter. He was slightly behind though earlier on, so he's just trying to catch up. Cuckoo hasn't really left him alone on the Abaddon either. So KP is going to be the top of the net worth board on the bench. Does have the full Helm of Dom up. Does go ahead and take himself a Centaur Conqueror. Looks like both sides just going to be comfortable to farm for a bit. Royal Jelly going to be found by Armel. Gabby gonna get caught out. Static Link will be there as well as the Plasma Field, but here come the rotations. Still, they found the Gyrocopter, but can TNC punish? Looks like the Tombstone was dropped. March trying to hold them down as long as possible. Now Ryoya gets stunned up, but still they're being controlled up here by Geek Fam. In fact, they might lose Armel on the OD, and they do. They'll lose March as well on the Undying. KP now gonna get chased down, but no, he swaps Tims in. Tims will all the way. KP may not be so lucky though. He will go down in the end. And Tims, he didn't actually use the orb. He's just going to try and make a run for it, but Zephyr is on his tail. They will leave him be, but that is a massive win for the side of Geek Fam, finding 4 heroes for the price of none. And they should be able to secure quite a few banner runes as well now.
Did Radiant's bottom tower just fall? Don't answer that.
He's going to try and go for the steal. Does throw an orb out. Will not find it. Ryoya, he didn't actually orb back Tims. I think he may have used that orb a second too early. He had nothing to go back to, and Ryoya just finds a very, very easy pick-off as well as the bounty for himself. So 2-8 now. 3k net worth lead for Geek Fam. Gabby on the gyro is still desperately trying to get his farm up. Same goes for Armel, who was just shut down by Ryoya on the Razor. Geek Fam not looking to slow this down at any point. They've started taking over the Radiant side jungle now, trying to maintain map control. KP. Farm some Ancients, but Geek Fam are going to show themselves. Dragon form up, goes straight after the puck now, and well, Tims doesn't really have anywhere to go. He will try and orb away and does get away with it, but the neutrals will take him low enough that Raven's poison will tick him out. That is just so unfortunate. Meanwhile, March goes down to Cuckoo up at the top lane. And that's going to make it a 2-10 now at 11.5 minutes in. They are going to claim that T1 mid tower as well. The Dragon form does take it quite easily.
Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall?
Geek Fam.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Looks like a completely different team going into game 2. Just really getting all of it together and making it work. At least for now. Armel doing the best he can. It's just so important that Armel and Gabby can get up and online as soon as possible going to this mid game. You see, they do have the stronger late game in the OD and the gyro regardless, but I don't see Geek Fam waiting that long if they do take control throughout the mid. KP gonna rotate in. March does end up going down up in the mid lane. Ryoya does find him by himself. The gank attempt though onto Raven will not work out. He just pops the drums and runs away. Zephyr is there now as well, and it looks like they are gonna make a slight chase onto KP. He's gonna walk out of there safely. Instead, they'll rotate up top. They'll see Gabby on the gyro. Tims is there with the Dream Call though, so they do have to be a little bit wary of that, but Dubu has the Will-O-Wisp, doesn't drop it yet. We'll start off with the Blinding Light. Now Lift is going to be there onto the park. Tims getting very low and looks like he is just dead. March, he popped the Golem, but isn't even going to matter. Will-O-Wisp comes out from Dubu now. Blinding Light as well. Still, they've got control of this Undying, and March, he is just dead. Now the swap away. The buyback will come out from Tims. Do they still want to fight this? Raven, he gets swapped on top of the cliff. He's just stuck there for a while. Cuckoo's going to chase Armel though. Ryoya finds Gabby on the gyrocopter. They are perhaps going to find the OD though. No Dream Call. Insanities does no damage. Dubu ends up finding KP. They're going to go for more now in the form of the OD, and Armel has nowhere to go except down, and that is exactly where he goes. And with that, a T1 tower to be taken once again by the side of Geek Fam. The buybacks were there from TNC, or at the very least on Tims, but it just didn't matter. It just seems like they're way too far behind right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With that, Geek Fam, they still have Raven on top of that cliff. He's got a TP in 1 second, but they know he's there. Raven gonna go for the TP now. Gabby Didn't have the homing missile available to throw out. Cuckoo, while he's still around, does take the bounty and gets the outpost. He has borrowed time available. He should be perfectly fine here.
Dire structures.
In fact, they may try and turn this as Ryoya does rotate in on the Razor. They do go for the static link on Gabby. Now the rotation from Zephyr on the Rubik, but Gabby looks like he's just dead. Ryoya does get stunned up by KP, but is it going to matter? It certainly will. Armel will find the Razor kill. But Geek Fam are going to be able to walk out of there. Tims can Dream Call and does do so. Still have the battle with the Phonic Shield, but apparently it won't matter. TNC do surrender, do find the kill. And it looks like it will end up being a 2-for-1 trade for the side of TNC. Zephyr, a nice little juke there on the Rubik, and will manage to get out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So although you lost Gabby on the gyro, it doesn't matter too much. You still found some very valuable kills on the side of Geek Fam.
Dire's top tower.
But Geek Fam do maintain a 7k net worth lead going into 16 minutes.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
TNC now perhaps ready to go. They're going to scout out Ryoya. Certainly not the easiest target. Got Dream Call in 15 seconds. Armel.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna be able to walk away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There it goes.
That should help.
Another Vampire Fangs being dropped. This time Raven picks it up on the DK. You see a defusal coming out on Gabby now on the gyro. TNC slowly but surely clawing their way back into this game. Got some decent farm coming out on Armel and the OD. Gabby is still fairly behind on the gyrocopter, but do tend to catch up pretty darn quickly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thing is though, you look at Zephyr on this support Rubik, he's got BOTs and Blink Dagger up now, so he can just be all over the map. So you could expect Geek Fam to start being even more aggressive.
My belly bursts.
Stuff being completed on Armel. Bit more mobility for this OD, a bit more of an escape mechanism coming out. Raven, very soon he will have the full BKB up. He does find himself another Grove Bow. Armel got to be a little bit careful here, but he does have the help of the Undying around. Raven just gonna hide in the tree line for a bit. You will see rotations now coming in from Geek Fam though. They have smoked up. Looks like the setup is there from Raven. He stuns Armel straight away. March will pop the golem, but it doesn't matter. The Will-O-Wisp will be there onto Armel, and it looks like he just goes down. Now they take an easy kill onto March, and there's really nobody else from TNC around the area. So Geek Fam may just start pushing in that bot tier 2 tower. TNC, they may even lose Tims, though he does orb TP away. It looks like he will end up surviving. But a 4-19. Geek Fam just not letting off quite yet. Gabby, this is not where you want to be right now. Gonna spot out yt.vu. There will be a TP in from Tims. Looks like Raven will manage to walk out of there safely. He has the 10-second BKB charge now available anyway, so I don't really see them being able to kill him off. To make matters worse, now the rest of Geek Fam are here and ready to go. KP gonna scout him out, but well, throw out the magic missile, but there's Zephyr with the blink and lift. He does steal the magic missile as well, and it looks like they have found KP on the bench, although he is still surviving. Now the Dream Core comes in from Tim's. Flak Cannon from Gabby as well, doing a fair bit of damage, but not quite enough. Blinding Light to fly out. Raven, he BKBs up as well. Zephyr, another stun, so he does find KP on the bench, and it looks like Gabby is just going to be surrounded. It's going to be a double kill coming out from Zephyr, and the rest of TNC just get the hell out of there. And so far, not one teamfight has really gone TNC's way. And mind you, they didn't have Armel there to help out. He understands, he just needs to keep farming up right now. There's no need for him to try and push the issue. But Geek Fam, they are not slowing down. Another smoke. They're gonna find Armel. Will-O-Wisp will be there just before the force up, and now the Blinding Light. Static Link to follow. Astral will delay things for just a bit, but Armel does appear to just be dead here, as he is surrounded once again by Geek Fam. They extend the lead to 10k now. In fact, we'll have a quick look at the Dota Plus probability, and it is at 97% the way of Geek Fam. Meanwhile, on top, Zephyr does get caught out by the Dream Core, but Tims, he needs more damage output. It looks like he will have Gabby there to help, and now the Dream Core's been stolen, but it doesn't matter. Zephyr will end up going down. But while all that's happening, Geek Fam will happily go ahead and trade his life for a tier 2 mid tower. Still though, the fortification will protect the tower for now. Geek Fam, they will stick around in the Radiant side jungle at least for a little bit.
Regeneration. Haste.
It's like Gabby just trying to finish off that BKB on the gyro now. We'll go for the Aghanim Scepter after that. Geek Fam looking to perhaps smoke once again. That is exactly what they do. What do they go for though? They are going to run through the east side jungle of the Radiant. They may run into KP on the Venge. And yeah, they do. Zephyr immediately blinks and lifts. Raven is there with the follow-up stun, and there's just no help around for KP. And with that, an immediate transition into that tier 2. In fact, they may go for a tier 3 afterwards. We've got so much time on that dragon form left. And yeah, that's exactly what Geek Fam want to do. Straight into that high ground. There's no buyback available on KP. They're going to jump in straight onto Mars. That Undying is not going to sustain that much damage. And with that, it's a 3v5 situation. The Raxes now are exposed, and that's exactly what they go for. Geek Fam, 23 minutes, going to take a Rax, though no, they jump in straight onto Tims as well, and the puck is gone. He does have buyback and does expend it, but the Rax is already gone. Geek Fam, are they going to keep going? It looks like they actually are. Straight into the secondary tier 3 at the bot lane. Raven still holding on to that 9-second charge on his BKB. They'll take the tier 3. Dragon form is about to wear off, so they'll back out of there safely. That is just a huge win for this Dire side.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
There appears to be no comeback in sight for the side of TNC yet. March will buy a smoke though. But perhaps this is the play they need.
Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems.
They won't smoke up quite yet. But they're just out on a de-warding mission.
Double damage!
Geekbam, setting up for that bot lane once again. Butterfly will be there now for Ryoya on the Razor. Just bring it out on the Courier. Raven does have that level 3 dragon form, and will start moving in. In fact, he goes straight after KP on the bench. Tombstone is dropped, but look at that Will-O-Wisp. Just perfectly placed by Dubu. They'll find one in Gabby. KP goes down as well, and March is just a sitting duck. He's gone. This could just be GG. They'll buy back on March. But again, they don't have buybacks available on the Gyro, nor do they have it on the bench. And in fact, they jump straight back in on March and the Undying. BKB popped by Armel. He's going to have to try man fight by himself. He does get into his fountain, but it's going to be a dieback on March, and the GG has been called. The Geek Fam, they're going to go for a rampage. It will not work out. Dubu will steal it with the blinding light.